Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. With this video, I'm bringing you guys some Lightsworn combos. So Lightsworn got some new support, I tested it, and here I'm showing you guys a few combos that you can consider before the support comes out. But we're going to get started here with 2-card combo using Wolf Lightsworn Beast and the new Whis Lightsworn Archfiend. I'm also going to try to limit with Lightsworn. It's a lot of chance that goes into the deck just because you're going to be milling a bunch of random cards. And so depending on what you get, you're going to have to play through that combo. So definitely the deck is going to change a bit depending on what you mill. But for these combos, I try to limit that as much as I can. And thankfully, a lot of these new Lightsworn cards increase the consistency of the deck because you're actually able to target specific cards. We're going to get started by showing you a little bit of that. So here we're going to use Whis' effect in order to put our Wolf back on top of the deck. And in doing so, we can special summon itself out. And then we can mill the top 2 cards of the deck. So you can see right off the bat, we can limit just what monster we're going to get out and control that aspect of the deck. And this is a great way of getting Wolf out. And also, in case you get Wolf in your hand, it's not completely useless. Before it would be a brick. Here you can actually play with it. So that's good to see. Then we're going to synchro summon into our Minerva Lightsworn Athena. So Minerva Lightsworn Athena is powerful because she can actually let us send 2 Lightsworn monsters with different types from the deck to the grave. So we're going to be using those 2 effects, or we're going to be using that effect to target 2 monsters here. We're going to target the new Dragon of Lightsworn and Whis once again. We're going to activate both of their effects. So the nice thing with Dragon of Lightsworn here is that we can use it to search out either Judgment Dragon or Punishment Dragon. So depending on which one you have in the grave, you're going to have to play for that. This combo specifically, if you have Judgment Dragon in your grave, you're going to see with the future combos, it doesn't really matter which one you have. But with this one, you want to have Judgment Dragon in your grave. You're going to see why. For that reason, we're going to use Dragon of Lightsworn to search out our Punishment Dragon. And then we're going to use Whis' effect here in order to special summon out the Dragon of Lightsworn. Then Dragon of Lightsworn has a built-in effect as a built-in Foolish Burial effect. So we're going to be utilizing that. We're going to be able to send Felis into the grave. Activate Felis' effect, get it out. Exceed summon into Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn. So the main reason we're going to be doing this is just to get some mills. So we're going to be doing exactly that. So with this combo, you just want to make sure that you get at least 4 different names. With this combo, you only get 3 different names. So you're going to make sure you get at least 1 other card, which should be easy for Lightsworn. They don't really struggle with that. That's your whole deal. And then afterwards, you're going to be able to banish 4 cards, mill another 4 using Minerva here. So that's her other effect, is that you can actually banish 4 in order to mill 4 cards, which is very powerful, and you're going to see why. But obviously for Lightsworn reasons, milling is always great. Not only that, but now we can actually use Punishment Dragon because we have 4 different Lightsworn monsters that are banished. So we're going to summon out Punishment Dragon, and now we're going to summon out the new Enlightenment Dragon. So in order to summon this out, obviously we're going to be using our Judgment Dragon in the grave and the Punishment Dragon on the field. Get it out here. During the end phase, we get to mill for 4. Then we're going to let our opponent play a little bit and then just use our board wipe effect. So this is what I just wanted to show you guys. The Enlightenment Dragon is just going to banish everything in the grave, on the field. And you're going to notice that I still have my 2 Lightsworn monsters, and that's thanks to the new Minerva Lightsworn Athena. She does prevent your Lightsworn monsters from being banished, so you have some protection from your own banishment. That's really strong, and you can see that simple effect in order to utilize your protection while wiping the board. So let's go to the next combo. Alright guys, so with this combo, we're going to be using Wolf, our Dragon of Lightsworn, and Whis. Here I'm going to spend less time explaining each specific card because you guys got to see a little bit of that. And we're going to be using a lot of the same combos that I showed you. So here you're going to see we're going to go back into Minerva, pitch the cards. So instead of pitching our dragon here, because we have the dragon in the hand, we can actually pitch our Felis and our copy of Whis to get 2 monsters on the board. So we're going to do exactly that, get 2 monsters on the board, and this is Dragon of Lightsworn's other effect, where you can actually special summon it out if you do have a Lightsworn monster in the grave, which is powerful because now you can use his Foolish Burial effect, pitch the Wolf, synchro summon, go into your Cyframe Lord Omega. So this is a great level 8 synchro if you want to consider using it, just because it is able to bounce in and out of the board, and that's always good to see, especially if you're going to be using the new Enlightenment Dragon. So we're going to be searching out Punishment Dragon using our monster there. Then we can use Minerva, mill some cards, use Minerva, the other Minerva, the synchro monster, in order to banish. get ourselves out the Enlightenment Dragon. Same way as we did before, but you can see just having that extra card in your hand made it a lot easier, and we were able to actually set up our Omega. And Omega is nice here because during the semi-phase you can obviously add a card. This isn't too relevant because with Enlightenment Dragon you're going to be banishing everything anyways, but you can do that. And then during the main phase we're going to be doing what we've done before, which is to board wipe. So we're going to be activating Enlightenment Dragon's effect. You saw me pay the cost, and then chaining it with Omega just so that I could get rid of one card in our opponent's hand. So you can see it's a great way of utilizing the Omega with the Enlightenment Dragon, as you're able to limit the amount of cards they have in order to continue playing while wiping all the resources they have on the board. Let's go to the next combo. So with this combo I wanted to show you guys same 3 cards, but showing you that I can use Judgment Dragon the same way I use Punishment Dragon, and I actually get it on the board in order to summon out our Enlightenment Dragon. So we're going to be doing exactly that. So you saw here Punishment Dragon's in the grave. So this is of course if you happen through milling, like if you happen to use some milling effects and happen to get one of your dragons out here, Punishment Dragon or Judgment Dragon, you can play through it and use this combo here. That's why you want to at least have 2 copies of each in your deck, I'd say. So we're going to get our Dragon of Lightsworn. Same thing as we've done before, we're just packing the board with a bunch of monsters, get ourselves our Omega, get our Judgment Dragon, use Minerva's effect here. So you can see with Minerva's effect, we do have one form of, we have Whis, we have Dragon of Lightsworn, Felice, and then because we're going to be using our Minerva here, we can mill, hopefully we mill at least one more, and in doing so you can actually get out your Judgment Dragon, and then get out Enlightenment Dragon fairly easily. And here we're still going to use Minerva's effect even though we're not getting out Punishment Dragon, just to get the 4 mills. And then you get an extra 4 mills with Enlightenment Dragon, because why not? And then here we're going to do exactly the same thing. I just wanted to show you guys that you're still able to do the combo that I showed you before. It doesn't really matter the combination, you get it, as long as you're not terribly unlucky. Alright, let's go to the next combo. Alright guys, so this combo is not so much of a combo, but really showing off the power of Gareth. So we're going to be using the first line of combo that I showed you guys with the combination of Gareth, and just see how much more you're able to increase your mills. So we're going to be doing exactly that. We're going to normal summon out of Gareth, and yes, like you saw with the previous 3 combos, we weren't even normal summoning, so we can actually just normal summon Gareth here if we wanted to. So we're going to go into Minerva, use the effect to pitch 2 cards, then with Gareth's effect here, we're going to be able to mill an extra 2 cards. So you can see we're going to be able to activate Gareth multiple times here. It's not a hard once return or anything, so we can, as long as every time we send from cards from our deck to the grave by the effect of a Lightsworn monster, we get to mill an extra 2 cards. Not only that, but for every Lightsworn monster that's sent to the graveyard through his effect, we get to draw an extra card. So you saw that there, I was able to draw 2 extra cards. So you can see I'm just trying to maximize the mills that I get. And it's pretty insane. You're going to be able to trigger Gareth multiple times pretty easily. You have Minerva to mill 3. We have our other Minerva in order to mill 4 by banishing. And of course the random little Lightsworn monsters we have as well that happen to have milling effects. That's of course is relevant as well. And you can see we were able to get a bunch of cards in the grave. We have 18 cards in the grave, 6 cards that we happen to banish from the grave, and then a few monsters on the board. 9 cards in the deck were left while having 4 cards. Obviously it's going to depend on what exactly happens during those mills, but I wanted you guys to consider running Gareth, just because he does have that utility of providing a lot of draws while also increasing your mills. So it can be pretty useful, and also he's a level 4, so you can go into Minerva pretty easily just because they added Whis, which is a new level 4 tuner, and we have Felice that's a level 4 tuner as well. So very easily you're able to go into Minerva here, and Gareth just has a good amount of utility. But let's go to the final combo that I have for you guys. Alright guys, so in the previous combos you probably saw a few Bisteel cards here and there, and that's because I think Bisteel works really well for the deck. As you know, bestial monsters, they work by just banishing either light or dark monsters, and because you have a bunch of light monsters, you have a lot of targets that are going to be pitched in the grave that you're not going to be using anyways, so might as well use them to get out some bestial monsters. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're going to use Lobellion's effect here in order to get ourselves our Magnemite. Then we can summon out our Whis, the Lightsworn. Get ourselves out the Wolf. So it's the same thing as we've done before. We just want to increase how many Lightsworn cards we have in the grave, just light monsters there, so it doesn't the damage isn't there if we want to get Bestial out. So now we're going to patch the 2 cards, same combo as I showed you guys before. We're going to get ourselves the Lightsworn Dragon, get ourselves Judgment Dragon as well, get Felice out here that we were able to pitch. Now we can summon out Magnemite. Use Magnemite's effect, and quite easily we're able to bring out Bestial Lobellion. Use Lobellion's effect here, get ourselves our Branded Regained. Get our Judgment Dragon out on the board. Just pitch more cards, and you can see this is a nice little synergy that comes with Branded Regained and the new Minerva Lightsworn Athena, is that she is banishing monsters, and in the case of Branded Regained, if there are light or dark monsters being banished, then you can target one of those monsters, place that monster in the bottom of the deck, and if you do, you get to draw a card. So you can see a little bit of draw power comes in there. So here I'm just going to get out our whole Harbinger. It's not like a specific combo, but just showing you guys a little bit of synergy that goes in with the Bestials and Lightsworn monsters. And this is another form of synergy here, is that we were able to use Magnemite in order to get Dragon of Lightsworn. Magnemite just lets you add any dragon monster from your deck to your grave, so this is nice. If you want to get Dragon of Lightsworn, you can actually search it out. So that's always good to see. And now you can see we were able to mill a bit, but that's just a bit of synergy that you're able to see. And Bestial is just a very powerful archetype, so the fact that Lightsworn is able to utilize it pretty effectively is nice. And it's just a little engine in the deck as well. It's not like the main part of the deck. This is very much still a Lightsworn deck, so I think it's a fun version of running this deck. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys are considered influencing the type of content I make, consider joining the membership. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.